Good morning, my peoples. It's time for some wolf talk. It is 0700. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early. Yes, I know 7 a.m. ain't that early, but it just came too damn early. But I was up at 5:45. Had to get ready for the day. Had to get into my truck. Had to get to work. Working and lurking. But what we got going on today? Yesterday, if you guys didn't catch my video, and I don't think a lot of people did, but hey, shit happens. Directives 11 and 13 passed in the EU and did so by a comfortable margin. Now, I will be talking about, at least from what I understand these directives, what it means to the European Union, and furthermore, what will it mean to the people in America. Now, first off, what are these directives? Well, Directive 11 basically states as follows. Shit, go around. Never mind, guys. Okay, sorry. Had a little traffic issue, but, well, sometimes you just gotta roll the punches. But anyways, Directive 11 is, let's see, I think Directive 11 is the Hyperlink Tax and 13 is the Copyright Directive, but I could have those backwards, guys. I didn't double check this morning. I know, bad me. No information checking, but I'm just gonna roll with it. If I get it backwards, I apologize. It's one of these two things. I think Directive 11 is the hyperlink tax. Now, what's the hyperlink tax? Basically, anytime an independent curator like yours truly, if I was living in the EU, wanted to source my information and say I wanted to do a CNN article, MSNBC, the BBC, I would actually have to pay a charge to link that information. I'd actually have to pay to hyperlink that. And let's say I hyperlink 10 things. I have to pay 10 times. And, it could be a couple of, it could be like half a euro. It could be €1 a shot. It could be 10 euros a shot because there's no price limit. So I could spend €100 linking 10 different articles for references. This will kill independent content creators, especially in the EU, that do vlogs, do things, talking about the world. It's sheer madness. It's basically there to kill off independent content creators. You can't even say like what the article is because they can come back and copyright claim and you just either get you demonetized or take all your revenue. It's literally insane. I'll get to how that affects us in America in a minute. Now, Directive 13. This is what was known as the meme directive. Basically, anything that is copyrighted, whether it's, you know, articles, music, pictures, it doesn't matter. You can no longer use that stuff in free use whatsoever in the EU anymore once this all since it's passed. So meme creation in the European Union has basically bit the dust. You can't use memes anymore because all of that stuff is completely copyrighted by the original creator. So if you want to create a meme, you can't use any pictures of like Brie Larson or anybody else. It is the property of either Brie Larson or the person who took that shot. So basically you have to do hand-drawn your own stuff to create memes. This is how silly. Or if, like, you want to use, a jingle you heard from somebody else, like, you want to use 10, like my buddy Black Angus Reviews. He does that mix of the Bee Gees and AC/DC Back in Black with Staying Alive with some, clips of some stuff that he likes. You can't do that in the EU anymore under Directive 13. He would instantly be demonetized in the European Union. That's how jacked up it is. Or about 10 different people could come in and claim all his revenue if he was monetized. That's literally what happens. So, in the European Union, goodbye meme culture. Now, having said all that, what does that mean to us over here in jolly old America? It means if we have any of that, we can't be taxed like the European Union can, and our free use still stands for now. But any of our content that has that kind of stuff in it will not be shown to anybody in the European Union anymore. Not nowhere. Unless they use a VPN. And when enough people start doing that, like China did, I wouldn't be surprised if the European Union turns right the fuck around and bans all virtual private networks out of the European Union so they can completely control the narrative. Swear to God, 11 and 13 is the first big blow of, hey, Big Brother is here. So, for all those independent content creators like me, world-class bullshitters, Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers, Ethan Van Sciver, that's Star Wars girl, Anna, Jesse Milestone, hell, anybody, even even people you don't like, regardless of who's a content creator or not, most of our stuff will no longer be seen in the European Union. We're basically losing the European market if you are monetized and rely on some of them for your ad stream and, we converse and all that. At best, you can do vlogs like this, but you can't reference any articles whatsoever. Basically, it undercuts our credibility, or even also in the European Union. Like people, and guys, this gets even worse. Oh no, we haven't even hit the bottom of the well yet. All you who are Twitch streamers, now the games you stream are going to have to authorize and say, yes, this person is an authorized streamer for our game and can, talk about it. For anybody who likes World of Warships, Fortnite, pick your game that gets streamed. All that stuff, now you're going to have to go to the actual, people who made the game or who hold, the lease on it. Like, if you want to stream Star Wars The Old Republic, you're going to have to go to EA like, hey, I want to stream your game on Twitch. Could you please tell the European Union that I'm authorized to do this? It's going to be a pain in the neck for streaming. Absolute pain in the ass. Yes, this is how stupid Directives 11 and 13 are, guys. This is how badly it's going to impact not just the EU, who got their civil rights completely shit upon, but it's infecting everybody around it. Because if you had any kind of customer following the European Union, the European Union just took them away and said, ha, fuck you. Now, could something like this eventually make its way? Quite possible. It's possible. Granted, it'd be a dogfight in the Supreme Court to say if it was constitutional or not. My hunch, they'd probably rule it unconstitutional. But in the next 20 years, when some of these other justices start kicking the bucket and say you get a very progressive Democratic president in there and you make a dogfight kind of like Brett Kavanaugh was and you get about 3 or 4 progressives up in there, the winds of change could come in a hurry. That's why the Democrats were literally fighting tooth and nail to stop Trump's appointees and hold it open until the Democratic president can get in there and stack the deck. Now, the Supreme Court isn't supposed to be done like that, but there it is. So, as of right now, fair use and the copyright directives we have now in the United States will likely be upheld. Like the corporate globalist crap that's happening in Europe, it's going to take a lot longer if it does happen in the United States. A lot of things, like pretty much the First Amendment would have to be completely overturned and redone in a new amendment to probably get the kind of dystopian, authoritarian bullshit that's happening in the European Union right now. So, my thoughts to everybody in America, don't completely flip, but keep your eyes and ears open because the winds of change could come for us. Now, peripherally, yeah, our European markets, especially for content creators, are going to go quickly tits up. How big is that going to affect, your monetization? Like, I'm not monetized, so it doesn't affect me either way, except for people who want to see my stuff, which pisses me off. But for everybody else, like people like Geeks and Gamers, Anna, people who actually do have somewhat of a following in the European Union, it all depends on who does Patreon and all that fun stuff, and, who does the live streams, who checks articles done by content creators like us. Because it could be negligible, it could be quite heavy depending on how much of your base is in the European Union. This is definitely a big blow to freedom of information and freedom of expression and speech. This is a big freaking blow to that European Union. And this is giving more power to the globalist companies and the legacy media, which is slowly dying. And this is just it going through its death row, but making life for everybody else as hard as hell as they, try to drag us down with them. So, to wrap this all up, too long didn't read. Europeans, I'm sorry, you all are fucked. You can try to fight this. I hope you get enough MPs to turn around and overturn this crap. I really do. In the short term, I guess I'm going to slide off too long, but in the short term, not much is going to happen like tomorrow or like the next few months, because the directive merely just is directing the member states that they have to pass legislation to enforce this directive. It's basically telling the member states, hey, we, your overlords, or those who wish to become your overlords, have spoken. You must put this legislation in because we say so. I'm really wondering what certain parts of the EU, like the Visegrad and Eastern European countries like Poland and Austria, are going to do, because they may just take one look at this shit and be like, to hell with you, and pull their own exits. Like, yeah, we're out of the fucking EU. Like, membership and the money and the freedom of navigation isn't worth our rights being trampled upon. Or we could just see open rebellion from certain member countries. Like, no, we're not going to implement this shit. It's just a fucking directive. We're going to take that directive, torch it right in front of you, and go, what you going to do? You ain't got a standing army to enforce this. Fuck you. So this could turn into one hell of a dogfight in the European courts. This may not quite be over yet, people. But the fact that this passed and did so to thunderous applause, yeah, that should worry people. I mean, every time I see this, like I said in my last video, I just think of Padme when, her line about, and this is how freedom dies, to thunderous applause, or liberty. So anyways, to wrap it up, those are just my thoughts and expanding upon my video of yesterday and how the 11 and 13 infect, well, it doesn't affect the internet, but how it affects you regardless of where you are. If you're inside the EU, this really tramples upon you. If you're outside, yeah, you're going to be collateral damage because of the market in the EU and who you used to reach. And me vlogging like this ain't going to hurt me quite so bad. But everything else, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a mess. But anyways, it's been early morning. I'm enjoying talking to you guys. I hope it's going to get darker before it gets better. But hopefully in the end it will get better. I'm the Wolf. Thanks for listening to some Wolf Talk. I'll catch you later.